Hey everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, if you are wondering why I'm drinking Monster, here's a little something about me. I've got ADHD, I'm a father of three, of which are twins. The twins are about 3 years old. I've got a wife, we've been married for 9 years. I've got a business called Igafu. I do jiu-jitsu twice a week. I play piano a lot of evenings, writing a book. So this keeps me going. I don't take Ritalin. I basically survive on caffeine and doing stuff. So this is unpredictable income part 2. And the reason why I'm making part 2 is in part 1, I didn't explain some of the practical examples of what are best practices to do if you earn unpredictable income. Can't forget this. So the first practical step to do if you get unpredictable income, this is one I highly recommend, is to open a separate bank account. This helps tremendously if you are an individual and you're earning side hustle income, or you're earning some contracting income outside of your day job. It's really useful to have a separate bank account. If you have a business registered on CIP or wherever in the world, so this applies internationally, you actually have to have a business bank account. And then the good thing is, now that you've got the business bank account or a separate bank account, it keeps it clean. So the personal account is where that minimum amount that I spoke about in the first video, let's say it's 20,000 Rand, or in dollar terms, it might be $1,000, that the minimum amount that you need to live on is basically your salary. So that income, that unpredictable income, goes into the business account, and you pay yourself a salary in order to cover your minimum expenses. And the reason for the business account or the separate account is to classify what is business income and personal income, and also business expenses. It makes it much easier to do the bookkeeping. So the bookkeeping is done from the business account because the personal account includes personal expenses. It also allows you to provide accurate financial information about your business. If you want to take your side hustle or your additional income that you make as a serious business, you can actually draw up a nice set of financial statements from that. So that is the usefulness of a separate bank account. Now, the other idea that I didn't cover in the first video is an idea that I call income smoothing. Now here I show an example of somebody who earns sporadic or unpredictable income throughout the year, and there are months in which there are big amounts coming in. In this case, there was a 90K coming in here in Jan, and then there was a big 105 coming in there, but there's no other income in between the months between Jan and March, between March and June, and so this would absolutely ruin the ability to budget, because now you've got 90K in your bank account and you think you can spend everything, but you can't, because if you've done the analysis, you know that your bad months are maybe February and you've got a bad months. So you know when your bad months are. You can look at the cycles, you can look at previous pay cycles, etc., etc. Again, you need to work out what's your minimum that you need to live on. If you have your minimum, you know, in this case, or as this example, you're going to have a minimum of 20K. So you need to have 20K that you live on. So instead of living on the 90, you're going to take the 20 and you're going to pay that as your salary. So your salary is this 20K here, right? And so then you have 20K, 20K, 20K. So 20, 20, then another 10 comes in, 20. Already this 90K hasn't run out yet. So this is 20, 40, 60, another 10 comes in. And by the end of the year, although the income is the same, you've paid yourself a salary of 20,000 a month. You did not run out of money. In Jan, for example, you didn't run out of money by this date. And so you're not suffering, because instead of living on this 90 from January immediately, you just pay yourself the required amount. You live off the 20K. The rest, the 70K, stays in this business bank account, right? And then you live off the 20K that you pay yourself. So that gives you the 240. It smooths the income for the year as if you are earning a salary. So you take the big amount and you smooth it out over a couple of months. If you know you need to live on 30K a month or $2,000, $2,000 a month, you know that if a big payment comes in, you can just smooth that out by paying yourself the amount as if you need to live on, as if you had a salary of 40K a month or $2,000 a month, even if you received a nice big amount of 10,000 USD or 100,000 Rand. And that is what income smoothing does. And so these two ideas, the separate bank account and the income smoothing, where you pay yourself as if you get a salary, are two additional really good tools that I would use if I'm earning unpredictable income. Cheers.